What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Madden 17 commentary. Do me a favor, take a moment, hit the like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section, Twitter, Shutdown Safety is my username. So obviously I just put up the video that talked about the Madden Championship, and I've got great followers on Twitter as well as to my channel, and BXROCBOY came up to me on Twitter and said, how did I feel about Patrick Peterson's comments on Madden? And I wasn't aware Patrick Peterson had made comments on Madden, but I was enlightened to this, and I wanted to come and discuss it with you guys. Now, part of me, as a quote-unquote journalist, doesn't like what I'm doing here, because I didn't hear the quotes. I didn't listen to the Madden Championship pregame or whatever it was played last night. I didn't listen to it last year, and ironically, I was mentioned a couple times in the feed, and somebody had to kind of snippet them together and show me. So I'm assuming this will be available at some point in the future, but it's just not right now. The only reason I feel comfortable going forward with it is because the original person that tweeted it to Rex Dixon elicited a response from Rex. So to me, that's vindication that he was comfortable in knowing this was said and felt so strongly about it that he elected to respond to it. Not that Rex doesn't respond to a lot of tweets, but nevertheless. The quote here is, "It's hard for me to play Madden. What I think would work in the real world doesn't work in the game." Rex's response to this was, quote, "Madden 17 will be our response to that statement." Interestingly enough, that after I watch some of these games, I draw a conclusion that the gameplay isn't indicative of what I expect simulation football to be. And I'll elaborate a little bit. I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to use people's names. You know, like I said, I respect these people that go out and they play in this tournament and they get themselves to an elite level of any video game, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, when you're watching fullback dive over and over and over, to me that signifies, hey, something's not right here. When you're watching AI not adapt to a play correctly, no matter what the user's doing, the player should be intuitive and smart enough to understand, hey, we're not maybe being user-controlled by this D-line, but we're seeing the same play and formation over and over and over again. Let's attack the play a little differently. Let's push a guard to the right, to the left, whatever you need to do to accommodate not having the fullback running the ball again. Let's key some other players onto the fullback because the game knows what's going on, even if you as a user can only control one player and manipulate them. So with all that said, to have a player like this come out and talk about the game in really the prime of his career, established as one of the better players at his position in the NFL, signifies a lot. And I had mentioned to these guys on Twitter, I remember, I believe it was Kerry Rhodes came out and had some issues with his throwing power and throwing accuracy of all things, and kind of put a video together with, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was Nick Mangold, where they showed how well Kerry had thrown the ball and the accuracy he had, because apparently he had spent some time at quarterback in a different football life, if you will, apart from pro. And I never saw a response directly from Donnie Moore to that. I do believe maybe ratings got tweaked just a little bit. But when you have a player come out now and they talk about how they feel like the game isn't flowing, if you will, as an actual football simulation, and then you see it play out in the championship of this game, and now you've got the developer, the director of the game, saying Madden 17 will be our response to this, that puts a lot of burden on Rex Dixon's shoulders to make sure that next year we don't see the same exact things and trends that we see out of the championship now. And if those things are continuing to work going forward throughout Madden 17, then I don't know how the community should respond to this. And that's kind of what I want to get from you guys. How does something like this make you feel when now you've got someone much larger in posture and position than us come out and criticize the game? You've got the director of the game saying, wait, our response is coming with Madden 17. And if by chance these same people continue to dominate the game the way they do, using tactics that really aren't found in traditional football, what is your response going to be to that? Love to know your opinions on it. Appreciate you checking it out. I'll be back later on with more content.